Okay, we're going to start with a quick recap of what integers are. So they're whole numbers, and being a whole number, it can be positive, they can be negative, or they can be zero. So numbers like -10, -9, -8, -7 are all integers. 0, 1, 2, 3, they're all integers as well. In other words, so long as the number is a whole number, it can be considered an integer. So here we have a number line with integers from -6 up to +6, and the arrows at either extreme of that line tell us that the integers keep going to the right. So 7, 8, 9, 10, etc., etc. is included, and also keep going to the left. So -7, -8, -9, -10, and so on is also included. Okay, so the next thing we need to take a look at is the less than or greater than symbol. So we have this thing, 2 is less than 4. What that means is the number 2 is less than 4, or the number 2 is smaller than the number 4. It also means that the number 2 is to the left of the number 4 on the integer number line. Let's have a look at the second example. -6 is less than -4. What this says is the number -6 is smaller than the number -4. Or the number -6 is to the left of -4. And we can see from the number line above that both of those statements are true. The number 2 is to the left of 4, and the number -6 is to the left of -4. Now, just a third example there. The number -5 is less than the number -4. And if you look at the number line, yes, -5 is to the left of -4. So now your turn. I have 3 examples. Let's have a look at them. And I'd like to know if those 3 statements are correct. So the first one is 0 less than 3. So there are 2 ways to ask yourself, is this statement correct? Number 1, is the number 0 a smaller number than 3? Which it is. And the second way to look at it is 0 to the left of 3 on the number line? And it is. So that statement is true. The next one is -4 is less than 4. So ask yourself, is this true? And there again, there are 2 ways of looking at it. Is the number -4 less than +4? Which it is. Or you can say, is -4 to the left of +4 on the number line? And it is. -4 is way on the left, +4 is on the right, so there it's true. The final one is 1 less than 0. So we're asking ourselves, is 1 less than 0? So 2 ways to ask yourself that. Is the number 1 smaller than the number 0? Well, that's not true. It's false. And the second way of asking it is the number 1 to the left of 0? And if you look at the number line, that's not true either. So that statement is actually false. All right, now it's time for you guys to do 6 questions. So I'll put these on the screen. And the goal here is to see, are these statements correct? Okay, the first one is 5 less than 4. That's a false statement. The next one is -6 less than -5. That's a true statement. Third one is 0 less than -4. That's a false statement. Number 4 is 0 less than -1. That's a false statement. The next one is 3 less than 5. Yes, it is. That's true. And the last one we've done already is 1 less than 0. That is a false statement. So you're asking yourself in each case, is the number that's closer to the point in that arrow, is that to the left of the other one on the number line? Or else you're just asking yourself quite straightforwardly, is the number that's closer to the point on that arrow sign, is that smaller than the other number? Okay. The third thing we're going to do is have a look at a brief recap on adding and subtracting. So again, we pop up the number line and we'll have a look at this thing. Now what I said to you before is the first number tells you where to start. So we're starting at number 4. The sign then tells you which way to go. The minus means we're going to the left. And the number after the minus tells us how many spaces we're going to go. So we start at 4, we go to the left, and we're going 3 spaces. We end out at 1. Example number 2. The first 12 tells us where to start, the sign tells us we're going to the left, and the second 12 tells us we're going 12 spaces to the left. So if we start at 12 and go left 12 spaces, we end out at 0. Okay, how about now? We're starting at -2, then we have -9 afterwards. The middle minus tells us we're going to the left, and the 9 tells us we're going 9 spaces to the left. So we end out at -11. And the last one, we're starting at 1. The plus says we're going to the right by 8. So if we started at 1 and we went to the right by 8, we'd end out at 9. And then the -10 tells me I need to go to the left by 10 spaces. We end out at -1. There is another way to look at these questions as well. The first number is the starting temperature. Plus means it gets warmer, minus means it gets colder. So I'll just do the first one. If it was 4 degrees, the minus says it gets colder by 3. So 4 degrees getting colder by 3 gives me a final temperature of 1. So you can also look at it in terms of temperatures. Okay, I'll pause here and I'll put up a second video in a moment.